Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel and welcome back to another video. I'm Charlotte, thanks so much for stopping by. I hope you're all having a lovely day. I do lots of makeup content on this channel, so if you love hauls, reviews, swatches, unboxings, all that sort of stuff, don't forget to hit the subscribe button down below for more. So today, I'm excited. I always say I'm excited, but I am genuinely so excited today. I'm going to be testing out the new Kash Beauty Colourtrip palette. Well, not just the palette, because I also got the lashes, the brush set, and the sponge. So I got the whole collection basically. Well, not basically, I did. So yeah, I got the whole collection because I love Kash Beauty. The only things I haven't tried from them so far was brushes and lashes and the sponge. And now I'm going to try them out today for the first time. This is the biggest palette that Kash Beauty has released. So this is the size of the palettes that she has released before. So we've got the Secret Treasure palette, which is this one, and the Crystal Nights palette. And then this here is the Colourtrip palette. So as you can see, it's quite a bit bigger. I will show you a comparison what it looks like on the inside. But first, we actually need to open this palette. I got too distracted with trying to show size comparison. Here we are. This is the palette. So I've got a little slip here with some information on. So it says, with a range of 20 highly pigmented shadows spanning the entire colour spectrum, as well as 10 activated eyeliners and complementary looks and colours. So you see these here, the split pans, they are water activated liners, which I am very excited to try. And people are saying, well, why did you do split pans? And she wanted to give as many options as possible. So you've done split pans in colours that kind of go together down the bottom, and then you've got your 20 shades up here. So there's 17 mattes and there are 3 kind of shimmer shades. And I mean, just looking at this, I think you can tell straight away this is created by a makeup artist, because you've got deeper and lighter tones of everything. So like, you can see that thought has been put into what can you blend what with, what will work with what. So usual palettes only have about 9 pans in, and you can see there's quite a bit of size difference between the pans. And it's like a completely different colour story. She's really mixed it up. I think people were waiting for colour, and I know I was waiting for colour. It's got a lovely big mirror in the top, and it's kind of got this like oil slick effect on the front. So this palette retails for £40.40. Then next up in the collection, we have a little artistry brush set. So in this you have 5 brushes. This retails for £29.66. So you've got some more blending brushes there, and little like lip brush and a liner brush, which I'm very excited to try with these water activated liners. So what does it say about this? Crafted to cover all your eye brush needs, this set of 5 super soft, expertly crafted brushes are essential for creating any kind of eye look, from soft and subtle to bright and bold. And then we also have some lashes released in this collection. So these are their faux ink lashes, luxury, and they are trans. This is a dramatic full-bodied lash that is perfect for creating a standout look. And these are reusable. Again, I've never tried Kash Beauty lashes. I'm excited to give them a go, even though I am pants when it comes to putting lashes on. See there, they are very fluffy. These lashes cost £6.26. And the final thing released in this collection was a little sponge. So she released a sponge in the Sculpt collection. I think that's just all black, but she's released one for the Colourtrip collection. It's all marble and pretty, and it's got like a flat edge. Again, I haven't tried the sponge before, so I'm excited to try this. So when I apply my cream blush, I'll come and show you how this works and how it changes in size as well. It says, a super soft sponge sculpted to blend every angle of the face, available in a new black and purple marble design. And this is £7.16. So that's all the individual prices and the products. However, there was a bundle price, and that's what I bought. So for the full collection, it was £76.46, which, I mean, for a price like that, I couldn't say no. I mean, no matter what, I was getting it, because I kept seeing it being teased, and I was like, you will be mine. So I'm very happy with like considering the size of the palette. Obviously, my opinions may change throughout this video once I've tried them out, but I feel like those prices are quite well justified, in my opinion. We'll go swatch the palette. So here is the first 2 rows of the palette swatches, some of the more lighter shades in the palette, and we have one of those kind of creamy shimmers as well. I must admit, they felt a bit, not dry, I mean, it felt a little dry to swatch. This is on a dry arm, no primer, no nothing, just a finger swatch. This shade there wasn't as intense as I thought it was going to be. The neutral shade was the smoothest of the mattes. And then we have the second two rows swatched. Again, I had a similar thing of they didn't feel as smooth as I was expecting them to, but I think it is because the type of shades they are. But the shimmer shades, absolutely gorgeous. And here are all the 10 water activated liners. I feel like some of them I may have added a little bit too much water to, like this black. It's gone a bit runny. But they're all very pigmented and they are quite bright. I wasn't expecting some of them to be as bright as they are. Definitely inspire me to be more creative. So Kaylee, the owner of Kash Beauty, actually wrote on her post she wants to do like a little challenge. She wants to do a challenge with these palettes. So she said, comment down below or send me a DM asking what shades you should use from the palette when it arrives. So obviously, I'll have to comment. And these are the shades she came back with and the shades I'm going to try base my look off. So I'll swatch them on my arm just so we can get a feel for everything. I swatched those absolutely terribly. I do apologise. But those are all the shades she wants me to use. It was so cute. So she said all the shades and then she went, so the whole rainbow. Hee hee. I just thought that was really cute. So definitely going to be a fun one today, I think. So I've just prepped my eyes. I've got an idea of the kind of look I want to do, but it's just whether or not I've got enough lid space to do it. I mean, it's only one way to find out, isn't it? This isn't one of the shades that Kelly mentioned, but I'm going to go in the shade Hot Stuff. And I'm just going to pack that in my crease. So that shade is it's very pigmented. It kind of comes off as more of a pink red than it looks in the pan. I was expecting it to be more burnt orangey red, but it's still a very beautiful shade. So next I'm going to use one of the brushes from the set and then the shade Brave, which is the orange. That one's got more kickback than the first shade. I'm going to buff around the edges. So that shade was very pigmented. As soon as I put my brush on my eye, just the pigment came off. And I've blended it out and applied it. It was just one dip into the pan. And I feel like it's blended really well with the previous colour. It's blended out into my skin very well as well. And I'm a big fan of an orange, and that one has not disappointed me. Also, just to comment on these brushes, they are so soft and they're so lightweight and easy to just hold, because it just makes it so much easier to blend with just how lightweight they are. And now I'm going to go in with the shade Electro, which is the yellow. So I am kind of, because I haven't got the biggest of lid spaces, so I'm going to kind of like blend this up and out, so it's going to go into my eyebrows a bit. But it can't be helped. I feel like that is very pigmented, especially for a more pale yellow. Just going to go over with a fluffy brush and blend everything together a bit more. So all those colours blended with such little effort. And there's like a real transition of shades. But yeah, they didn't need much blending. But as I am going to be doing a full cut crease, I kind of want a smidgy more depth. So I'm going to try be a little bit brave. And I'm going to mix a bit of the shade Hot Stuff with the black shade Wasted, and then kind of ever so slightly, like the tiniest bit, put that through my crease. Yeah, so that's added the little bit of darkness that I wanted. I feel like it's blended out really well. It's a very pigmented black. Definitely got some punch to it. I use the tiniest bit, and I feel like it has blended out quite well. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get one of my cotton wool buds, get some micellar water and I'm going to do a cut crease. Attempt to do full cut crease, should I say. Okay, so I've just attempted a cut crease. It's not perfect, it's not awful. I really struggle doing full cut creases because I've got a really prominent brow bone and I feel like that always just messes it up. Yeah, I've done worse, but I've done better. So grab the shade Punk and I'm going to press that on my very inner corner. And I'm also going to stamp that along the outer edge of my eye, along the line with the wing. Next, I'm going to grab the shade Chill and I'm going to put that along the edges where the purple is. Now I'm going to use the shade Dazed and put it in the middle of that blue. So just for a little bit of extra, and I can't not help it, I'm going to use one of the shimmer shades, and this is the shade Hypnotic. So it kind of feels like a cream when you put your finger in. It's kind of got like a bit of a blue reflect, and I'm going to tap that down the centre of my lid. It's kind of got all different colours of reflect to it. It's got blue, green, pinks. So now I've tried out the water eyeliners, and this is going to be the bit that I pants up the most, if anything. So I'm going to use this brush and I'm going to go in with the solar clips, and I want to use the white one and try to do a line. So pre-warning, I'm not very good at eyeliner or anything, so we'll see how this goes. I mean, considering I'm rubbish at trying to do any sort of line, especially graphic liner, I don't think that I've done that too bad. I feel like the brush is the best brush I've used to try to do liner with. It's got a very flexible tip to it. It kind of keeps its shape very well. And also, the liner itself is very good. It's got good pigment to it. So on my lower lash line, I need to use some of the pinkier shades. So the shades I've got left to use is Trippy, which is that one. Soul. Are that the ones I've got left to use? Yeah, because I've used all those. It's Trippy and Soul, so that's all I've got left to use. Oh, I thought I had more. So I'm going to go in with the shade Soul, and like this little brush here, just so I can get really close to my eyes. I'm going to mix a bit of Brave and Electro and just blend it out, just to try and incorporate some of that orange again. So that is one eye done, and using all the colours that Kegley said to use, I'm going to go really try to do this on my other eye, and then I'm going to start putting some base on, and we'll come back to test the sponge. And to try out the lashes. So I'm back and I've done the rest of my makeup, apart from my blush, which we're going to use a sponge to apply in a second. But the eyelashes, even though they're a bit out there for me, by a bit I mean a lot, these are the eyelashes that I found the easiest to apply ever. Out of all the ones I've tried and brands I've tried, these were the easiest for me to put on. I think if you like a dramatic lash, you will like these. Like, they don't, like, I can feel I've got lashes on, but they don't feel super heavy. Of course, as we're trying out Kash Beauty, I've got to use a Sculpt stick. So if you've seen my review, which I'll link down below, I'm a big fan of the Sculpt stick. So I've used the bronzer, got the highlight on, and now we're going to use the blush, and this is the shade Love Language, and I've also got this on my lips with a bit of the Kash Beauty Rust Nude Lip Liner. I just want to see how this sponge works. This sponge, just before we pop this on, it's not as dense as this is the Makeup Revolution Friends sponge. So it feels squishier and it feels lighter. It's kind of a weird texture. I wasn't expecting it to feel like this. I would have used this to apply my foundation, but I always go for a brush, so I thought I'd just keep it the same because I'm not a sponge for foundation kind of person. Okay, so that's that blush all blended in. That is a really easy blendable blush anyway, but with this sponge, it works like a dream. I suppose this sponge was made as part of the Sculpt collection, and those are the Sculpt sticks, so it makes sense why they work so well. But oh my, I took no effort at all. I think that's the easiest I've had, like a cream product and a sponge blend. So maybe I should try this for foundation and also try it with my cream bronzer next as well, because I think that'd be quite interesting. But this is my makeup finished using the Kash Beauty Colourtrip collection. So I've used the palette with the shadows and the waterliner, and I used all the colours Kaylee suggested that I should use. I also got the lashes from the collection on, I used the brushes, and I've used the sponge. And I mean, I don't think it's going to be a surprise, but I'm really happy with this collection. I've tried as I said previously, I have tried Kash Beauty's eyeshadow formula before, and they don't disappoint. The mattes are smooth and blendable. The shimmers are beautiful and so pigmented. And this palette is the same. I was a bit, like, when you're doing brighter, more out there colours, the pigments and the formula is harder to develop, it's harder to make and get to that standard. So would I say these are as creamy as the other ones? Maybe not, but they are still smooth. They blend so well, like effortlessly. Like for the more sunset bit of the reds and the oranges, I've no effort whatsoever. And I did use quite a wide range of the mattes. So I've used some of the warm tones, I had some more neutrals, some brights, some paler colours, some blues, purples, so different colours which will all have to be made up in their own compositions, and they worked really well across the board. I also used that one shimmer shade, which it felt like kind of, if you've tried Colourpop Super Shock shadows, it kind of reminds me of that, sort of, not spot on, but sort of. It's got a sheer colour to it, but it's mainly that reflect, and it's kind of squishy when you put your hand into the pan, but it's not as squishy as a Super Shock shadow would be, or like, for example, what else to do? Like the Beauty Bay little pressed pigment pots, not as squishy as them, but the effect it has is such a beautiful glitter, and I didn't have any fallout with any of these shadows. It's just A+ for me. And also, as far as the actual colour layout, like I was saying earlier, you can tell this was made by a makeup artist because you've got your different colours, but you've got your different level of each colour to like blend out. So you go from the deeper to the mid, more neutral, and then paler. But you can also mix the colours, like tap into a bit of a white or tap into a bit of the dark, like the black, like I did, to create a slightly darker shade than what you've got in the pans, which again, I find that very helpful. I find that very useful for blending and deepening colours. And then the water activated liners. So I'm pants at trying to do more graphic liner. I mean, just liner in general, I'm pants. So it's probably not as smooth as it could be, or as someone who is experienced would do it. But considering I'm not the best, I think I've done it really well. And it's a white shade, and it hasn't gone milky or barely there. You can see the colour, it hasn't mixed with the actual shadows on my eye, and it hasn't cracked either, because I've had this on for a decent amount of time, so it took me a while to try do this on my other eye. So just from trying that one shade, I'm sure I will try other shades because I'm determined to push myself out my comfort zone. And I will report back. I'll probably post on my Instagram more about what I think. And what else did we have? The lashes. Like I was saying, easiest lashes I've ever had to apply. Are they my sort of lash? No. They kind of scare me a bit, but I think they did add to this look and kind of completed it. I feel like they're really good quality. And if she was to bring out some of her other lashes in singles instead of the packs, I might buy some of the more natural ones to try. Not that many of them are natural, but maybe one day. Brushes. Let me get the brushes. I really, really enjoyed these brushes. The feel of them is really light, so it helps when you're trying to add a light pressure for putting your shadows on. It helps with blending, so the brush itself isn't heavy, so you can just like wisp over. They are so soft, they're not scratchy, so soft, and I would happily have more of these in my collection. Like, I am tempted in the future to get some more from her, but I think well worth the money for that. And also the sponge, like I said, I've just talked about the sponge I was putting my blush on, but I really like it surprised me because I was thinking I was feeling the texture. This is very squishy, like it's squishier than my normal sort of sponges, and I was thinking, oh, is this going to go well? Not like, am I going to be able to do anything? But yes, I think this already is my new favourite sponge, and I'm excited to try that more, and I might have to buy backups of that and the original Sculpt sponge. So, surprise, surprise, it's a full house. I really enjoyed everything in this collection, and I would recommend all of this highly. I mean, it is another rainbow collection. How many rainbow collections can there be? But it is personal preference. If you think you like the layout, do you need those colours? There are some, like this shimmer is such a unique colour. It's so beautiful, and for me it's one of the standout shades in the palette. But yes, it's just another rainbow palette. But who doesn't like a rainbow palette? Who doesn't like trying to force themselves to be more creative and pushing themselves out there? Like I said, I'm a scared person of trying to be more jazzy with my makeup, but palettes like this force me to look, what can I do? How can I do this? What sort of shapes can I do? Especially with the activated liners, and force you to be better, which, I mean, for me it's a good thing. I'm determined to get better. But comment down below, did you pick this up? Are you waiting for a sale to pick this up? What do you think about the layout and with having the split liners at the bottom? Do you think that's a good thing, or would you have rather had just 5 shades? I personally like the split liners because it means I get more colours and more options, and it's easier to like mix them together. But what's your opinions? And have you actually ever tried Kash Beauty? Because if you haven't, why not? They are honestly one of my favourite brands across the board, and I can't wait to see what else she brings out, because Kaylee, who is the owner of this brand, who created it, she is so talented and she's so beautiful, and I'm just always excited because as soon as I see a Kash release, I'm like, ah. I go for sign up for the exclusive events so I can get it on pre-order. They just really are a great brand for me. Don't forget to check out my Instagram. Like I said, I will be keeping you updated on how I get along with the liners, how I get on with my adventure trying to be better with them, and just doing more colourful, more out there looks, because I need to do looks like this more often and get my skills up. So that is Lottie_loves with 2 S's at the end. So yeah, please check it out. It'd be very nice of you. And also, don't forget to subscribe if you want to see more from me, and hit that like button just so I know you're enjoying this style of video and you want to see more. And I will see you next time. I hope you'll have a lovely, lovely day. Bye!